Hey, this is John. Welcome back to my Final Fantasy X Let's Play. In the last episode, we continued our journey across Spira, looking for anything we might have missed in the story. So, who's this up here? Robot trainer. Okay. Sure. Didn't know he was up here if you come this way from the Comlands, but cool. That will help. Let's go check out Remium. I don't think we'll see anything from the Mega Sisters. But if we do, oh, we'll see what's over there. I mean, Belgamini's already gone, so we sent her to get Yuna's celestial weapon. This temple is so cool. Okay, we can go back in here. Does it help us at all? Oh, we can. Okay.
Why couldn't we see to stop the draining? Why did we stay on in Spira? We had forgotten for so long. We had forgotten to move forward. We had forgotten to change.
Defense sphere? Okay. No treasure in here. Not really sure how they would have moved forward or changed or anything, so that's a little bit odd, but okay, let's go back. What else is over here? Did he ever come back to guard his place? He'd be over here, wouldn't he? Did you ever come back to guard this place? Oh, I can't go on foot. I have to go on foot. Okay, he does go back. Yeah. So if you ever beat the race guy, don't leave the Comlands. Go get Ty's weapon then. I gotta beat them again to get the sigil, but so annoying. So just get the weapon first. All right, I don't even see that machine that Rin had, the little hovercraft-like thing. Let's go see in here. I see some people in this area. Can we talk to them? Who are you? I don't care whether they're using Albed, Machina, or not. As long as it's not about sin, I'm all for them. I think that's a good attitude. So, how would I get over there to talk to them? Oh, here we go. Okay. When sin fell on Bavel, I could hear and feel the tremors from here. That's a pretty big thing. Aw, I want a mask like his too. But he said only Albed wear them. I want to be an Albed when I grow up. Maybe, I don't think that's going to happen. Our son won't stay with that Albed. Well, I can't tell if she's mad about that or think she's bothering the Albed guy. So, what can you buy here? Really overpriced weapons, I'm thinking. Yeah. At least these aren't like 40,000 or what was it, 90,000 for the MP plus 10? That was ridiculous. These are at least reasonable. I don't think I'd ever buy them, but... Okay, I think that covers the Comlands. Let's move on and we'll go over to Mount Gagazet. Yevon shakes, but it is too early to abandon teachings. Keep watch on changing of times and guard what you value most. Well, that's important too. Ronso sang the hymn from Seoul for warriors on flying ship. Ronso pray for success with the hymn to bring the calm. Well, that's our hope too. When Hymn of Faith was sung, loud rumble shook the mountain. Mount Agazet sang with the Ronso. And who is this? I guess he survived Seymour's assault. So he has weapons, Silent Strike, and Zombie Touch. Zombie Touch is, again, nothing I use in a regular playthrough, but for a challenge run, I could see that being super useful. Curse Proof, not super useful, but Berserk Ward and Confuse Ward, that is really useful. I could use that in the Omega runes. Yeah, they've got some good stuff here. But nothing I want. Hey, it's Machen.
Shall I tell you about the Spira of days long past, eh?
That's exactly what we're here for. Yes, I do want to hear about this.
There is a legend, you know. Just before the horrible sin appeared, a terrible war raged between Bavel and Zanakand. When the armies of Bavel attacked Mount Gagazet, they heard a song echoing across the snowy slopes. 'Tis a song from an other world, they said. The soldiers panicked and ran. And then, as if to pursue the retreating armies, sin appeared. Some time later, scouts from Bavel braved the mountain. On the other side, they witnessed the ruins that had been Zanakand. The city destroyed, not a single soul left standing, gone. In its place, a multitude of the faith had gathered on Gagazet. They were singing a song. It's the song we now call the Hymn of the Faith. And that, as they say, is that, well, maybe not all of it.
Not all of it.
Would you like to hear the rest?
Yes, I definitely would.
Rumors flew in Bavel about Sin's sudden appearance. They said that the people of Zanakand became the faith that they had called Sin, and that the man responsible was none other than the summoner Yevon, ruler of Zanakand.
That makes sense.
Yes, the Lord Father of Lady Yunalesca. On the eve of Zanakand's destruction, Lady Yunalesca had fled to safety with her husband Zayon. Later, the two used the final summoning to defeat Sin. Yet the people of Bavel still feared Yevon. It was to quell his wrath that they revered him and first spread his teachings. And so were born the temples of Yevon.
Cool.
I suppose it's possible Yunalesca had planned it that way from the start. A fair
Maybe.
trade. She defeats Sin in exchange for her Lord Father's honor. Of course, there's no proof. No, the facts are lost in the mists of time. And who'd admit Yevon was an enemy of Bavel? You can bet the temples had a hand in covering that one up. And that, as they say, is that.
Is it?
Like to hear more, would you?
Yes. Yes, I would. It's kind of the whole reason I'm here.
Let me tell you about the Hymn of the Faith. It was once a Zanakand song, sung in defiance of Bavel. Of course, the Yevon clergy of Bavel forbade it. Then, as these things often go, those who disliked Yevon began to sing it. The Al-Bed, for instance. The Hymn of the Faith.
They strive and affect their own song.
Against Yevon. Yevon could do nothing but capitulate. They lifted the ban on the song and spread a new story. They said the hymn was a song sung to soothe the souls of the dead. And so saying, they took the song and made it scripture. That's why today, the hymn is sung all over Spira. You could say that though Zanakand is gone from this world, it lives on in the song. Ah, but look at the time. I've rambled on again. I do love stories, you see. Well, I owe you my gratitude for hearing this old scholar out.
No problem.
Like to hear about...
No, I think we're good. But thank you. I did hear it all. Is that it? That might be it. Okay, I'm wondering if there's any way to get back into the Vel. I thought there was another scene with, who's that woman? The Yevon nun, acolyte person. Shilinda. And we haven't found Isaru. He should be in Bevel. We haven't seen Donna. It'd be interesting to see if there's something else, but I don't know what else there is to look through. We've gone through pretty much everything. I mean, we've been back to Zanarkand. Zanarkand is dead. We've been back to the Cloister of Trials, because there's nothing in there. Oh, we did not go... Oh, okay. No, never mind. We didn't go to... Yojimbo's Chamber of the Faith. We didn't do that. And we didn't go to Anima's Chamber of the Faith. So, there's at least 2 more things to look at over here. Since we're so close to this place, we'll go in. Yeah, but I didn't think to go back to the Chamber of the Faith. That's... oh, whatever. Let's go do that now. Let's take the warp pad to the back of the cavern. Okay. Let's go Chamber of the Faith.
Fading dream, but one touched by reality. Spirit will not forget its reality, nor the one who saved it. Run, dream, run on. Pass beyond the waking, and walk into the daylight.
A strength spear, that would have been nice to have before, too. Okay, no treasure in there. Anyone else? We haven't talked to people on the airship, have we? Let's see who's on the airship real quick.
No matter what happens, I'll see this through to the end. I promise.
I know you will.
You've proven yourself as a guardian, maybe even as the best.
Thanks. I'd say Walker's pretty good, but you know.
Sometimes, when I got a lot on my mind, it just helps to go,
That was a horrifying scream. Oh. Okay, we will. Yeah, we can talk to that guy. What about Waka?
And hey, we're not finished yet.
We are not finished yet. We are almost finished. We're not finished yet.
I'd like to meet Jekt before he fades away.
Well, you will. Kimari.
The Ronso was singing too. Kimari's ears never wrong.
Okay. I think I've seen that
May I
before,
help you?
but like in this playthrough, I mean. Okay, this is the only place that sells remedies, so if you want them, this is the place to get them from. Let's re-up on holy waters and Albed potions. I'm running out of money. Get some more money. We're gonna need potions to deal with penance. High potion as well, and maybe X potion if we can get them. I'll have to go do some gil farming. Everything else I think should be okay. Yeah, should be alright.
Thank you.
So yeah, he's the only shop that sells remedies. You can bribe him from some monster, but I think it's cheaper to get him from Rin. Let's see what else we need to do. Riku and Yuna are in your hands. A little bit, yeah. How was it inside Sin? Many theme there, I think. Yes, there are. My friend, he went to Bosch to explore. He told a story. In the deserted temple there, faintly, the hymn of the faith can be heard. So here's a clue for how you get anima. Never have I thought of falling into sin, not even in dreams. Well, that'd be a crazy dream to have. Hey, can you stop for a minute? When the calm comes, we will play every day. Now we must train. Going inside Sin, I sang in fright and would not stop. Well, that would be terrifying. I don't blame you. Talk to you, right? Yeah. I have a short memory occasionally. Maroda and Passer and Bavel. Where's Donna at? In 10-2, she took up residence in Killican. I did not see her there. Once the calm comes, home must be rebuilt. This ship is fine, even inside Sin, I think. Let us destroy Sin once and for all. All that is here is at your disposal. Be prepared. I thought this was Mr. Rin stuff, but I couldn't have any of it. Well, whatever. I never realized until I was on the airship that the map changes places. I thought it was always in the upper left corner, but it's not. Sometimes it's in the lower left corner. Sin sits still. It moves not. It seems to wait for us. Maybe a little bit. If only the main gun worked, we could shoot Sin down. I don't think you could. You don't really understand that Sin is not really the problem. It's the most visible part of the problem. It's not the problem. Okay. Yeah. Not doing too bad. Okay. I'm gonna go save the game. I'm gonna look for some stuff online and see if perhaps there's something that I've missed. We've been through the entirety of Spira, so I think that we're okay. But you know, I saw 2 new cuts I've never seen before, so you never know what you don't know. So we'll be back and we'll do something else. I've come back to Jose Temple. The internet tells me Donna is here. If we told her to quit the pilgrimage, which we did. I'm gonna look up an old save and come here right after getting the airship. Surely, if she's here, she'd have to be there at that time. I'll be right back. Okay, there was a point when I stopped. Oh, they are here. I wasn't sure I'd be able to see them. There was a point when I started overwriting my saves and didn't keep making saves. I had a hard time going back to a good save, like after I got the airship before I went into Sin. But I have it, and they are here. I have never seen this before.
Why, it's you again.
Hi, Donna.
Still on the road?
Yes, but we're not going to Zanarkand.
Huh?
I have decided to go to Bartello's homeland. We are going to let the other summoners deal with Sin. I'm scared.
Hey, don't worry about it. We'll put Sin in his place in no time.
You mean the final summoning?
No, we found another way where no one has to die.
Well, whatever it is, good luck.
Cross your fingers.
Do your best. Bartello, time to go.
I would have liked to talk to him too, but yeah. Apparently there's another scene which I can't do now because I told her put her pilgrimage. But if you don't tell her that, she is in Zanarkand, but she can't get the final summoning because we killed Unalesca. So there you go, a third cutscene I have never seen in Final Fantasy X. So yeah, and she won't be here at the end of the game. So after you go into Sin, she's gone. As you saw, she was not here. So she goes off to Bartelo's homeland, wherever that is. I know they end up in Kilika later on, but are there other small towns that don't have temples that maybe are important in spirit? Or maybe aren't that important in spirit, but, you know, just by small villages? There's gotta be, right? Like, this entire world has, like, 6 towns? 5? 4? I don't even know how many towns they have. Like, Besaid, Kilika, Luca, Wado Salam, Albed Home, kind of. Agazet? Babel? That's it? 7? Kind of towns? Gotta be more. Gotta be more. So, yeah, even that woman, when we first saw Chocobo, said, what kind of backwater village did you come from? So, there must be others we just have never been up to. We've never been to, we can't go to. So, yeah, yeah, Besaid must be like the 7th biggest town in the world. Oh, that's sad. Okay, cool. Let me check for Isaru, but we probably can't see him either. But, I'd like to see if I can find Isaru and Shilinda. If you weren't sympathetic to Donna when she was considering ending her pilgrimage on the airship, she will decide to continue, and you can meet up with her after you defeat Lady Unaleska in the Xanarkin ruins. Let's go meet Donna. This is a scene I had never seen before.
What good is this place? All that trouble getting here only to find ruins.
Well, a lot's happened. You should know. There's no more final summoning.
What do you mean?
Hey, we've got a plan, okay?
We're on this.
And this plan's going to work?
It might.
It has to.
So, you're saying it's all in your hands now? Fine. You do what you like, however you like. I'll just wait my turn. Well, it doesn't matter who does the deed, but are you sure you're up to it?
You just watch. We'll get Sin.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Bartolo, shall we?
Sarcastic and acerbic to the end. Donna's complicated. I mean, she's not outwardly mean there. She's just, confused, taken aback, you know. So. Anyway, I had never seen that before, and I hadn't seen the other scene where you meet up with her when she quits either. So, really cool to be able to see both sides of this. You know, we saw more directly how Yevon is not doing so well with all 4 maesters gone. People aren't coming to temples, people are confused, people are wondering why hasn't the airship defeated Finn, where's the comm? You know, where'd the warrior monks go? They were protecting the towns, they all went back to Bavel to protect Bavel, so they feel abandoned and betrayed by, you know, this institution, which was their government, their rock, their center of their world, you know? So there's a lot of things going on in Spira right now. So yeah, and I got to see at least 3 cutscenes I have never seen before. What are we doing now? Well, I told you last time, I think, that there is an Aeon that we didn't use at all. I literally didn't summon him 1 time. And, well, okay, I did in one of my Dark Aeon things as a meat shield, but that was an old save, so that just doesn't really, that's not, I have never summoned him in this save's continuity, timeline, whatever. So, as far as this unit is concerned, she has never summoned this Aeon. And it's Yojimbo. Yojimbo, I'm not... Like, I think he looks really cool, but he's not super useful. I don't like when you can't control the actions. Like, a long time ago, there was a game called Dragon Quest IV on the NES, and in the 5th chapter, you can only control the actions of your hero. You can't control the actions of the rest of your party anymore. So they have a strategy system based on whether you want them to be offensive or defensive or not use magic, and I always hated that. And I've hated every game since. So the Mega Sisters I rarely use. They're too random for me. Same thing with Yojimbo. He might do garbage dumb attacks all the time. Now, if you get his compatibility high, he'll usually do the good Wakizashi. And that's cool, but, you know, after your first playthrough or two, you're probably not going to use Aeons as much. They're really cool the first time you play through the game. Like, they're amazing, and you can summon them, and there's big giant monsters, and it's like, this is awesome. But later on, you realize how much faster your characters can be, and it's like, the animation, you've seen them 100 times. Let's just move on, you know? Let's just get through this. And your characters usually will become so much stronger in your Aeon, especially when you do stat maxing. So, you know, we've stat maxed Titus, where's Riku? Waka and Riku, pretty much. But as far as my Aeons, none of them are close to max stats. So they've got pretty good defense, except for Shiva. Bahamut is pretty good. Not great agility. Not great evasion. And all their luck is terrible, obviously. So, yeah. Anima and Bahamut are almost interchangeable, really. The only difference is the overdrive for Anima hits multiple times. That's why it's better. And also the pain attack. So that's cool. Yojimbo is surprisingly not the fastest. I mean, Shiva should be the fastest, obviously, but after that, it should be Yojimbo, and he's not, surprisingly. So, yeah, it looks like it's Mindy next. But anyway, he's really good, but he's got this special attack called Zanmato. And in the original PS2 version in North America, it was much, much harder to get him to do a Zanmato. I think I have only seen it one time. I just thought it's just so rare, I didn't care. Like, okay, great, he's got an ultimate attack that kills anything. What does it matter? I don't need it. It's too hard to make it work. So, I didn't ever bother with it. But in the remaster, they changed the formula, and although it's still difficult, it's not nearly as impossible as it was before. So I was watching a video by someone who showed off this trick to raise Yojimbo's compatibility, and Yojimbo will do better attacks when you have higher compatibility. There are other things that will help compatibility, but or will help get him to do his best attacks. So his special attacks are in order. Daigoro, worst attack. That's the dog. You don't want to see that. I mean, it's cool, but it means Yojimbo doesn't like you, not evil and draw his own sword. Kozuka is next. That's his knife attack. I think that's cool, but it counts as a kind of bad attack because I think you actually lose compatibility, or maybe it's neutral. Might be neutral for Kozuka. I can't remember. Wakizashi, that's the good attack. There's two forms of it. There's against one monster, against all monsters. You want either of those, but against all monsters has the best chance of increasing your compatibility. That's what you want. You always want Yojimbo to be happy. Yeah, he's kind of a diva and a little bit annoying, which is why I don't really use him very much. And then Zanmato is his really cool special attack. We saw it once when I was fighting the dark version of him. I showed it off to show what it does. Dark Yojimbo Zanmato is different, though. It just has a super high damage constant. In other words, you won't survive it, but it's not like your Yojimbo Zanmato. Your Yojimbo Zanmato is just kills anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Sin, Dark Aeons, Nemesis, Penance, anything. If he does Zanmato, whatever's on screen will die. And so that's really cool. And, you know, you can use that to cheese a lot of the fights. And that's fine. You know, that's not much of a challenge. The challenge is more in getting him to use it, because it's hard to get him up there. The formula is very complex. But basically, we're going to do a couple of things. The most important parts of the formula to get him to do a good attack are having a full overdrive, not being dismissed, not being paid nothing, and having high compatibility. So in the original PS2 version, it started with like 50 compatibility. They changed that to now it has to have 128. So you're already more than twice as good on compatibility just starting out as you would have before. Oh, there's the third factor. The answer to the question he asked you when he joins you, you need to choose the third option to defeat the strongest of enemies. If you choose that, the formula is the best for seeing Zanmato. If you don't want to see Zanmato, choose whatever you want, but just choose the third one. It's the best. And realistically, you know, other attacks, interesting, but, you know, they're just not that useful most of the time. But you can see he has really high strength and defense, so that is awesome. His evasion is off the chart. Look at that. Everything else 100 or lower. But Yojimbo, 55. This thing is almost impossible to hit. So that's really cool. So our first task is to raise his compatibility. How do you do that? Keep him happy. Pay him money. Don't dismiss him. Don't let him die. Keep him happy. If you do that, you'll be good. So there's a trick for doing this. Is it going to work for us? I don't know. So let's start off by going to attributes. Okay. Yeah, to raise his magic defense might cost me like 99 magic spheres. So we're just going to go with this one. This 161 is pretty good. It'd be better if it were higher. But we'll see what happens here. So what I want to do here for this file, I was going to put ore in it. I don't think I want that actually. I think I want to do a couple things first. So yeah, let's go with this. So we're going to fight a monster. We're going to fight Jumbo Flan. Why Jumbo Flan? Because Yojimbo can whale on this thing all day long and do no damage. So it's a monster. We can just sit here and farm compatibility. Like I said, I have never summoned Yojimbo, so his compatibility will start 128. We need to get up to 255. So it should be doable in about 10-15 minutes according to this YouTube thing I watched. So we're going to see if that's really true. So let's do some white magic. Let's go with oh, he didn't have it. I didn't teach her slow. She doesn't need it. Let's defend. White magic. Oh, my mistake. My mistake. My mistake. Hang on. My mistake. Okay. Okay. Sorry. My mistake. He's got auto reflect. Hang on. Okay. Reflect on Titus. And then we're going to put slow on Titus. Reflect that back to the flan. There we go. He's slowed now. He's already slow, so this is good. But we want to make sure he's super slow. We want to get as many turn Yojimbo as we can. So let's go ahead and summon him. I'm going to grand summon him. It's always best to start with a full overdrive if you want to see Zanmato. In other words, always grand summon if you want to see Zanmato. Now, it is highly, highly unlikely we will see one here. Possible, but very unlikely. So let's see what happens here. We need to pay Yojimbo. I want to pay him 1 gil. Just don't pay him nothing. He'll do an attack. What does he do? Wakizashi. Good. That's already increasing our compatibility. And you see that he did nothing here, so he's okay. Okay. That is not great for us. I was hoping we'd get more turns. We may have to do something different. Maybe we should have used the other thing. What is that thing? The nest slug. I might use that instead because he doesn't do anything on his shell. He just sits there. So that might be better. But what I was told was if you did auto battle, she'll pay him 1 gil every time. Okay, Daigoro is bad for us. Okay, Kozuka is good. Well, neutral anyway. Wakizashi is good. So basically, we're just wailing on this thing and seeing what's going to happen. So it is very important that he not die. So that's why it may be better to go to Nest Slug. So let's see what happens with 1 more attack. Then I will dismiss him. Okay, Daigoro was bad for us, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's dismiss Yojimbo. I cannot let him die. If you let him die, he loses either 10 or 20 of his compatibility. So, okay, I'm wondering if that video has led me astray, because this does not work quite as well as I was going to. So, let's try one thing real quick. I'm going to save the game. I'll make a new save. There is no way for you to check compatibility with Yojimbo inside the game. So I'm going to use a tool to go check that. I'll be right back. Okay, we're at 132 compatibility. So it is better, but it's not fantastic. So the idea was that you let him auto battle, and since he couldn't hit Dark Plan, it'd be okay. But I'm not sure it's going to work because Dark Plan is murdering us with those attacks. And you can't teach Yojimbo things like, you know, null stuff and other things. So he only does physical attacks. So maybe they had higher magic defense or higher HP or something. I want to try Nest Slug instead. If we can get it down into its shell, we should be able to do pretty good here. So he's pretty slow. Okay, prep the fight. I put the sensor thing on, so we are at about 1.2 million HP that he has left. Can't see that right now, but 1.2 million HP, so it should take a while for him to recover from that. We are about 135 on compatibility, so let's go ahead and Grand Summon Yojimbo. And let's try one more time to raise this. So I wouldn't recommend walking away, because if he kills Yojimbo, you'll lose 10-20 on your compatibility. But it might not be that bad, really. You can't die in the monster arena. So we've got, yeah, 62. We're going to pay him 1 gil. Kozuka is neutral, so not good or bad, just is. Okay, so we're just going to hit battle. So realistically, we just kind of walk away and we'll come back later, and his compatibility, as long as you're over 100, this should eventually just go up. I know it's not going up right now, but doing a lot of Kozukas, but in theory, it should just go up and should be okay. I'm not sure why he's only Kozuka-ing, not Wakizashi. That's a bad one, but there we go, Wakizashi. So if we see more Wakizashi, which we should see over time, because we'll get higher and higher compatibility, from Wakizashi, and that just feeds up itself. So there's 3 Wakizashi in a row. So that's good. That's plus. So as we're all neutral, Wakizashi is plus. Only Daigoro is negative, I think. So all we got to do is try to wait out and see what happens here. So yeah, I want to come back and, you know, either when this thing gets out of its shell, which it very much could, and we'll see what we can do with, so it is there right now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss him. I might have to check on that video again because this does not seem like a foolproof way to get Yojimbo up there. And I kind of thought it was going to be. So let me check see what his compatibility was. It was like 135 before, up from 128. So like not terrible, but not amazing. So we're at 143 now. So this is going up, but not isn't going quite as well as I thought it was going to. I thought the idea was that you'd walk away, but like, if we walk away and let Yojimbo get killed, we're not going to have a positive effect here. So let me go check some stuff. I'll be right back. After thinking it over for a bit, I've come to the conclusion that we need to use Jumbo Flan, not Nest Slug. The regen effect, we can't do anything about that for Nest Slug, so he's simply going to come out of his shell too easily for this to be an effective strategy. So that puts us back to Jumbo Flan. And the problem with Jumbo Flan was he was wrecking our Yojimbo. So we need to do something about his magic. So there's a couple of options. One of them is raising Yojimbo's magic defense. So we could get a bunch of mana spheres and try that, but that didn't seem like it would be much fun. So since we already taken Titus, Waka, and Riku around the grid and maxed their stats out, including magic defense, I thought, hey, Yuna has some levels. Why don't we take her around the grid and max out her magic defense and see what happens to Yojimbo's at that point. So I went ahead and did that. I followed the path that Titus, Waka, and Riku took and just activated all of these magic defense nodes. And that did a great job because it took Yojimbo from a magic defense of 161 all the way up to 255. So magic should be much less dangerous to us now. My other idea was, well, maybe you can magic break Jumbo Flan. I don't know if you can, but I thought I'd try that as well. So let's see what happens. So I've got Orin in here to do the Vanishing Blade. If we get that, we'll inflict Full Break and whatever comes with that. Hopefully Magic Break. We'll have extra magic defense for Yojimbo. We'll use Riku and Titus to reflect and slow it down and bring Yuna in to summon Yojimbo, and hopefully that'll be good for us. So let's see if this strategy works. I think we're in 143 roughly compatibility. I want to get to 55. Let's see if that can actually happen. So once again, we're gonna go fight some monsters. BC's Jumbo Flan. Okay, so let's do a Vanishing Blade. Up, left, down, right, right. Okay. Been a while since I've done that. So, like I said, I don't know if he is susceptible to Magic Break. I don't have a sensor, so I can't really tell. But where we are, so let's see what happens next. Next thing to do is to put Reflect on Titus. And then we'll use Slow to slow down Jumbo Flan. Okay, let's bring in Yuna. And we will summon Yojimbo. Since we're not trying to do Zanmato right now, it should be okay to just not worry about Grand Summon, I think. So let's try that. Okay. Okay. Daigoro is not good for us. That's -1. What does magic do to us now? 470. Okay. It was doing like 4,000 before. We've taken the damage down by a factor of 10. So realistically, we should be able to survive quite a while. Daigoro is not good for us. Wakizashi is good, so, you know, Wakizashi's good. Yeah, we're basically... We have a train dummy now. This is awesome. And now this should work. Even though he does Daigoro sometimes, he should favor Wakizashi, and it'll get better and better over time as our compatibility raises up. So, Ultima is interesting. What will this do to us? 800. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think we should walk away. I'll probably just pause the video and wait until Yojimbo is, you know, close to death. And we'll see how well we did with this. But I don't know of anything else we can do to raise the magic defense or do anything else for Yojimbo here. So this is probably as good as it gets. But I'll come back in hopefully 5-10 minutes and just see what happens. So yeah, every time he gets an overdrive, more likely to do Wakizashi. Every Wakizashi is likely to feed into itself. So even though we're only paying him 1 gil, our compatibility will raise. So yeah, and his strongest magic attacks do less than 1,000. So we've got some time here. Not a lot. And later on, it'll be better if we pay him more money to see his Zanmato. But we'll see how that goes later. Right now, we're just trying to raise compatibility. And I think, based on what the video said, so long as you start out like over 110, which we did because we started at 128, you will eventually outpace this. So we'll see what happens, but I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so we are now in the danger zone. Yojimbo could die now. It's been, I don't know, a minute and a half or so. So again, I wouldn't walk away unless Yojimbo has way more health than mine. But yeah, let's see what happened. He was, I think, low 140s before. So again, this is not a one fight kind of thing. I thought it might be. I don't think that it is. So let's just see what happens. So let me go ahead and save my game here and check it out. I'm already at 193. It went up 50 during that fight. So you can't tell if he does Wakizashi against one or against all monsters, but all monsters does +3, I think, maybe +2. I don't know, more than +1. So it's not like Daigoro is negative and Wakizashi is positive. Daigoro is -1. Wakizashi is +1 or +2 or 3. So Wakizashi can really add up. So that's why it will it's almost guaranteed to outpace Daigoro. Kozuka is negative or neutral, so it doesn't matter about if he does that. So this is a pretty good way if you have high magic defense. You know, if you don't, you know, we'll see here. I don't have an I don't have an overdrive for Orin, so we're just going to forget about that. Let's change the people's order. Let's get Riku in there and Waka in there, and let's put Yuna. Okay, I don't have an overdrive for anybody, so we'll see if there's a difference in the damage he does without doing the full break. So I had to pick one eye. Okay, that was a mistake. That's okay. Maybe we'll get a good weapon drop and get some money. I'm getting very poor, so that's a good thing. That should be a positive. Okay, let's do the real fight though. Jumbo fight, what I meant. I'm so used to going one eye. I did tap up twice. You know, that's what happened. Okay. Once again, we do a reflect off of, you know, anybody. It doesn't really matter who. Titus needs to slow it. We get more turns with Yojimbo. Okay. We go back to Yuna. Summon Yojimbo. Okay, so let's see what kind of damage the magic does now. We will pay 1 gil. Okay, Wagazashi. That's at least +1, maybe +2 or 3. I don't remember the scoring, but hey, he did a free attack for me. And it's Wagazashi. He can sometimes do free attacks. Okay, Waterga. That is not doing any more than it was before. So, that 1 gil did 3 attack. That's weird. Once your compatibility gets high, yeah, we're going to see Wagazashi a lot more from now on. I'd like to see what an Ultima does. So, okay, Kozuka is neutral. It doesn't really matter what happens with Kozuka. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. We paid him 1 gil. He did a Zanmato against a species creation. Was not expecting that, but again, when his overdrive is full, it gets really likely for this to happen. There you go. Jumbo Flan can be defeated with Zanmato. Any monster can. Any monster. There's no restrictions there. So, you know, no overkill, but still, that's kind of cool. With high compatibility and a full overdrive mode, there's a good chance Zanmato of happening. I doubt we're at full compatibility yet. Let me save that and check real quick. We're at 210. I mean, it's going really well. Okay, let's fight Jumbo Flan again. Okay, so after a couple more minutes, I have a max compatibility Yojimbo. So that was pretty quick. You just have to watch them. I did look it up. Letting Yojimbo die reduces compatibility by 10. Paying him 0 reduces it by 20. So it's more insulting to him to not be paid than to die. So, yeah, but either way won't help us out that much. It may not have been that detrimental. We could have just let it go and maybe just got on autopilot and just done 3 or 4 times, and that would have been probably the same thing. But given how quick he can do the battle with ×4 an auto battle, I don't think it's that big a deal. Just watch the fight and just let it go. So, yeah. Oh, and Wakazashi against all monsters is a +3 to compatibility. Against one monster, it's 1 compatibility. So, and the attacks look the same, and with only 1 monster on the screen, we can't tell if it's 1 or all, but that's why it snowballs so quickly, you know? So, yeah, this is a very good strategy. I will link the video that I learned this from, because that was pretty cool. He didn't explain some of the nuances, like the magic defense required, and his Yojimbo had more HP than mine, so that would help too. And he kind of implied you just walk away and come back 10 minutes later, but that's not going to work. Even if his Yojimbo had max magic defense, he couldn't have walked away for 10 minutes. Like, I couldn't go, you know, 2.5 minutes. Now, maybe his Yojimbo has greater agility than mine. Let me see here. My Yojimbo only has a 98 agility. If we had 170, maybe you could just walk away. But magic defense, obviously the most important thing to guard against there. Everything else, whatever. But yeah, really could have helped. I just don't want to feel like taking a unit across the sphere grid for all over the place. You know, I'm not interested. So this is the last Aeon that I'm going to look into, just mostly for fun. So, okay, now let's see if we can get a Zanmato against something just ridiculously powerful. So you would just think, you can't get a Zanmato against that. And the answer is, you probably can. Max compatibility, full overdrive, paid enough, you're probably going to see Zanmato. at least in the remaster. It might be different in the original North American PS2 version. I believe it was a bit easier in the original Japanese version too. So, let's see what happens. Let's go for broke. Let's do Nemesis. So, this might not work. Might have to do a reset here, but we'll see. So basically, we're going to get Yuna on the front lines. We're going to do a grand summon of Yojimbo. Make sure he's got full overdrive. Now, some people just say, just pay him all your gil. Well, the amount that helps you is in powers of 2. In other words, every power of 2 gil you pay him, he'll have more motivation to do strong attacks. So 1024 is a power of 2. Between 1024 and 2048, all gil is the same as far as the calculation. So there's no point in paying him 1200 instead of 1100 or 1800 instead of 1200. Just there's no point. So for our power of 2, it's like 131,000 something, like 72. So I'm going to pay him 133,000. I'm sure that'll be over the power of 2. That's as much as I can pay him right now to get the good result. So let's just see if we get lucky. He does a Zanmato. He might or he might not. It's not a guarantee. Wakizashi. Okay, so... And unfortunately, we're about to get killed. So, yeah. Let's try again, though, because it's not a guarantee, but we should be, like, well above 50% to hit Zanmato. I'll go start the fight. Along with a cutscene skip, the thing I'd like most in this game is a soft reset switch. I had to reset this game and close it out, restart it like 4 times already. Okay, whatever. Let's just give him all the money. Come on, do a Zanmato. There we go. So, like I said, about 132 was plenty, but Zanmato can kill literally anything. The best idea is simply to pay him a bunch of money, compatibility high, and overdrive mode. Overdrive full is the most important consideration. That and telling him, giving him that third option, the defeat the strongest of enemies. So there we go. You can Zanmato literally anything in the game, even the super boss I am about to fight in the next episode. But there we go. That's how you raise Yojimbo up. Hope you enjoyed seeing Zanmato against Nemesis. I don't think I'll be doing it against Penance. I might, but I doubt it. It's really cool to be able to do that, and it's interesting that it can kill literally any monster, but I don't like it as a regular move because it takes away any strategy to the thing. Now, if you had this like super hard boss, not sure what to do, you just want to get past this one point, you know, sure. But like, if it's the last boss, if it's like Nemesis or Penance, well, you're not getting past anything to go somewhere else. So you're just trying to get that. And there's nothing wrong with wanting the Platinum Trophy. And nothing wrong with not wanting to spend 45 plus minutes in a fight with Penance. I'm not really sure I want to either. But we're going to. That's the last thing on the list, I think. I have now shown everything I can in this. So anyway, hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, you know what to do. YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.